Alright. First, we're gonna start here, actually. That nigga Kazunoko's at the round table. He won a whole fucking year of Dragon Ball with Super Dash assist call. America's more aggressive? Alright, we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
別に日本もだと思う。いや一部のプレイヤー以外はみんな攻撃的でしょ。これが絶対ミスの多さ。
We call this drop opportunities, what they're talking about.
日本人はミスを少なくしようと努めてる多分一応。海外ではミスっても勝ちゃいいでしょっていう。
Yeah, it's the piano player thing, right? I remember hearing about this really fucking early, from playing.
Yo, you not ready for this scene right here, bro.
Super Smash Bros. Melee. I was recommended to read a book called The Inner Game of Tennis, and they kind of talk about this thing. And later I started relating it to, if you have a friend who's played piano, they do piano yourself, it's the same thing. It's like you play through your mistakes. Like, don't stress that you messed up. You play through your mistakes. It's kind of like the same energy. It's actually okay to mess up. And actually, one personal thing about like being the type of player that I am, especially in Guilty Gear, this was a huge thing for me. I was like, I can't make mistakes with Milia like ever, because if I do, I'm dead. Right? But over time, when you compete, it's like you start to internalize, like, you don't want to mess up, but if you mess up, it's okay, just keep going. Okay. Yeah, you just can't be concerned.
Yeah. 日本人はミスを恐れてるな、逆に。
安定志向やね。
Is that just Japanese players? I also prefer stability, personally. I don't think it's just Japanese players. I think it's a certain type of player, you know? Likes that more? I don't know.
いずれ多分そのプレイヤー数の関
How do you guys feel about this? This is from 2018. I guess they're kind of right. I feel like also, especially if they mentioned EU, this would be exceptionally true.
形状アメリカの方が強くなるんじゃないかなとは個人的には思う。
なるほど。
今は
あれやね。別に
I mean, Marvel, we clap them. Let's be real. Where's Flux?
最終的にはそうやっぱりアメリカの方がまあレベル高いですよっていう。
そうなんですよね。だから多分俺はドラゴンボールもそうなると思う。
This didn't actually happen. Dragon Ball is actually pretty balanced internationally, I would say, amongst the 3 core regions. So like the main regions of Dragon Ball, the main like well-known, everyone's following these regions are of course the USA, specifically the US, EU, Europe, right? And mainly, even though there's examples of players from other countries in Europe outside of these countries I'm about to mention, it's mainly England / the UK, France, and Spain are the main countries people look for in EU, even though there are good players from Belgium, fucking Germany, like Xerox, Portugal, Italy, like there's good players everywhere as usual. Switzerland, right? What's his name? Enfant perdu, right? That's the name. I think the Swiss Goichi, as they call him, and of course Japan, right? Those are the main regions we would watch for Dragon Ball. So actually, it's actually pretty balanced. Like, you don't really know who's gonna win this shit. Real talk.
一番強いキャラ純粋部。
Japan ain't really all that in Dragon Ball.
What?
はい。
純粋部。
Damn, it's 2018. Did you guys see this? Hold on.
はい。じゃあ一番強いキャラ純粋部。はい。
純粋部。
Damn, it's 2020. Same shit. Same shit. Kibu. Ooh, this is what I was talking about. Okay? This is what I was talking about.
やっぱプロになった後に変わったなと思ったのは、やっぱ評価されるようになったっていう人から、っていうところは、あるかなっていうのを思ってて、でやっぱ勝ったりとかしたらやっぱ反響あるし、負けたら負けたで良縁なみたいな反響があったりとか。
Damn, that's the okay. Let me give you the LK translation. This is some real shit, bro. When I win, it's like, yeah, of course. When I lose, it's like, obviously you're whack. Like, bruh.
みたいな反響があったりとかっていう反響をものにやっぱ受ける
The damned if you do, damned if you're dope. That's our homie Mo Kid too, fellow Trunks.
立場なのかなっていうのは思ってて、まあそれが嫌かいいかっていうのは別に考えてはないんですけど、
Also, he's a pretty young player. So this is some pretty mature thoughts from him. Real talk.
やっぱ評価される立場なんやなと思いましたね。
激しいことは言えなくなったよね。
Yes, Dogar is a savage, by the way.
いや普通
This is a wonderful screenshot. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this right fucking now. This is a godlike screenshot. I got them all smiling too. The rare, pure, everyone laughing in Japanese. Great.
激しいことはできなくなったし、激しいことも言えなくなったなっていう。
確かに僕はそうですね
Yeah, so okay. Especially okay. Especially think about what has just been happening in Dragon Ball Nationals, right? You obviously know. Starts with a C, ends with a G, maybe he's from Spain. It's from US West. It has to be Chris G. Yeah, so like this energy, like the thing again, of course, I respect Chris G as a player. Evo champion, Marvel 3 god, multi-game champion. But you know, like my thoughts aside, a lot of people kind of came at him really hard. Chris G isn't sponsored right now. I believe he is not sponsored right now. Like on an organization is what it is. But most people generally look at him as a professional US fighting game player, right? A Japanese fighting game player probably would not have the energy, would not go through what he did, you know, like just like drop out of the tournament like that. I kind of have like a similar-ish approach. I mean, we all knew that, like, you know, we're entering an online event, and whatever happens, right?
僕はそうですねもともと
Oh, is this Goichi talking? Okay, talking. Whoa.
仕事をしててゲーセン行くのも
It's Goichi talking. I have definitely not been to an arcade.
週に3回ぐらい
No arcades for your boy.
そんなやり込めてなかったまあやり
Also, while I was working a not even 9 to 5, like 8 to 6, I was definitely going to majors all the
やったけど
time.
もまあそんなに今ほどやってなくて、まあ、プロになってからやっぱりそれが仕事になったから、まあ、週、まあ、6、7、まあ、平気でやる
Okay, so this thing he's saying is a really common. I remember who the fuck was I talking to? It's a Guilty Gear player who got picked up by a team, but like there's actually similar to the U.S. Right? Similar to the U.S. Japan has tiers of teams too, and if I'm saying this the wrong way, definitely correct me. But this is my understanding of what it is. So from a U.S. perspective, so here are my perspectives for the 3 core regions of Dragon Ball. Right? I'll start with EU. In EU, it's just really fucking hard to get picked up by an actual esports team. If you do, you're pretty good. Like, you're just good. Things are good. That's it. If you want to think of a player who fits this, think of Wawa. Wawa got picked up. That was a fucking good-ass pickup. That's a ridiculous team he got picked up by, right? In the US, and when I told both JP players this and EU players this, they were kind of surprised. It is pretty easy to join an esports team in the US. The only issue is the quality of the team, right? So, like for instance, Naruto Fan 69 has an esports team. It's called the I don't fucking know, Sharingan.gg, Sharingan Esports. Is that what we're gonna go with, right? Sharingan Esports. Yes, they got like 40 followers on Twitter. They got a couple of people who, you know, they net play Dragon Ball on Wi-Fi, and they're all Angel rank, right? It's pretty easy to join, and then you can be like, you can get a jersey or a T-shirt or something, and you pull up, and you're like, yeah, I'm on a team, bro. You got the shit, and that's it. Boom, right? But then there are tiers above that. Then there's some more like, you know, like kind of middling but slightly more well-known teams, and then you have like your apex, your pinnacle teams, the teams that everyone is aiming for. Originally in fighting games, it was Mad Cats and Evil Geniuses, but over time, teams like Team Liquid, my lovely team that is way too good for me, Beast Coast, PG of course, NRG. There's a bunch of teams now that are in fighting games that are like, these are like, okay, I could do this full time, right? In Japan, it's basically like, you know, you get interviewed for a job and you get that job, right? You get that job. But the thing about what Goichi's saying here was like, it became my job, and I started playing it 6-7 times a week, so I can go back to what I was talking about. There was a Japanese player, Guilty Gear player that I talked to. who got picked up by a team, but it's not like an actual like professional team. It's like, let's say if you were gonna compare it to like sports, like a basketball team. So instead of like being picked up by the Knicks, he got picked up by like just like a pickup team, like a local pickup team, basically. And we had to talk, and I was like, it was basically like, yo, I noticed you didn't enter Guilty Gear this year. What's going on? You're not playing GG anymore? I'm like, yeah, I'm not like playing hard. I'm focusing on Dragon Ball. I got picked up by a team. But when you say you get picked up by a team, so like if I was like the D-Link thing, for instance, right? Like when I was on D-Link, I didn't really say to like Japanese players who asked about it that like I was picked up by a team. Because when you say that to a Japanese player, what's the phrase? Like you say like pro ni natta, right? Like I'm a pro now, right? When you say you're a pro, that means like that's your job now. Like now you're doing this full time. And first of all, they'll congrats, you did something that's really hard to do. And admittedly, it is pretty hard to do. It's like luck. It's like luck and skill. And then we had this discussion in that like he's like, so it's your job now. And I was like, oh, I guess. And he's like, so how does that feel? Because like I can't make this, like I do this for fun. Like, but I'm like, but you're competing. You flew from Japan to Las Vegas to compete at EVO. Like, how can you say you're not serious about this? It's like, I'm serious about being good, but like I feel like my whole perspective on what this is will change if I work. And then and I was like, wow, like I just never thought of it like that. And I kind of shared my perspective in that, like, while I was working at that time, I was working at a financial firm doing like marketing for them. And at that time, I was like, I'm already like, even though I'm working all the time, when I go home, I just do fighting game stuff, and on weekends I do fighting game stuff. So whether or not I'm doing this like for a team or whatever, I'm doing this anyway. So for me, it's the same thing. He's like, you don't feel like it's like your job? I'm like, nah. I'm like, I'd be doing this anyway, honestly. Like whether or not I'm working, like when I was unemployed after college, I was playing fighting games. When I got my first job, I was playing fighting games. When I almost failed out of school, freshman year, first semester, I was playing fighting games. After Beyond the Summit, getting sponsored by Beast Coast, playing fighting games. The perspective is really different, and I always thought this thing that he said is really interesting. Because think about this motherfucker, Goichi, the guy who he won EVO and the World Tour in the same year, right? Just a second ago, he said, before I got picked up by Cyclops, I was just playing a couple of times. I don't know what he could be kind of capping and be playing like 6-7 hours at the arcade. Maybe he's not really saying, but in the end, he's playing a couple of times a week, whatever that couple of times means to him, right? It's kind of, this is the real big difference between what we call, like we kind of throw that pro word around really casually compared to the Japanese scene.
で、大会とかも昔はそういう
さっき
感
read
じ
me
でやってた
in
から、
2018.
ちょっとエンジョイ気分で、出てたのもあるんですけど、やっぱり一番変わったのはその大会での、仕事感っていうのはやっぱり自分にはできたなっていうのはありますね。やっぱり勝てないといけない。
That pressure is kind of there like that.
自分も勝たんといけんし、そのスポンサーにもその勝利貢献せんとやっぱり自分の首が切られるっていうプレッシャーもある。
I feel like this is, I can't speak for all Western esports teams, but I definitely feel like this is way worse for Japan than US. Like, I mean, like, can you imagine? Like I played Double L last week, controller's fucked, gets bodied 5-0, and like your team just pulls up and they're like, bro, what the fuck is that? Like, really? Like, I don't know if I could deal with that. But like he's saying this is some shit like he worries about.
感じるようになったなっていうのは僕は一番。
勝たなくてもいいだろ
the god himself.
だなっていうのは僕は一番。
They're on the same team too, so yeah.
だろ
いや、まあ、思ったことを素直に言えなくなったのはちょっと。
This is kind of some real shit. We meme about it a little bit in this stream, but this is some kind of some real shit too.
なんかちょっとストレスかな。なんかそのアメリカの他のプレイヤー。
Wait. I don't get to say whatever I want. What? I would love, bruh. The thing is, I can't. I actually don't totally feel like I could say. I definitely. This is personally okay. We're definitely comparing a little bit here, and that's like part of the reason we're doing this. I learned early. That's all. I learned early. I learned during like Guilty Gear, dude. I remember basically that Elfelt single-handedly ruins the game, and I got memed out the ass. It's like basically similar to how hard I got memed when I lost to Double L last week because for the controller shit, right? That was the first time where I was like, yo, like, I mean, I knew because of at that time, you know, I already played like 3 Evo finals, I already did a bunch of stuff, and I knew people were watching, but that was the first time I was like, yo, like, a lot of people, and at that time it's not even a lot of followers. Like I don't know what your guys' standard of a lot of followers is for a hashtag esports, hashtag professional, hashtag gamer is, but you know, I had like a guilty. I'm trying to think, guilty gear. Maybe like 3,000-4,000 followers at the time. And I remember like, I'm like, yo, this number means something. These people are seeing what I'm saying, and like, when I say some wild shit, or if I get like really emotional shit, they're gonna just like blow me up. That's where all these toxic LK memes comes from, because real toxic LK barely. Shoddy was just here. Shoddy of Midgard has seen toxic LK. You guys don't know what toxic LK is. Shoddy has seen toxic LK multiple times. Actual toxic LK. Now, when I want to be toxic, I turn off my phone, because the internet is not real, so I can just turn that shit off. I can unplug that cable right there and the stream will end. It's really easy. It's like, it's not an arm's length, but if I fucking get up and reach, it's right there. All I gotta do is pull it out and the internet disappears. That's it. The internet's not real. That's it. I could be toxic all I want. I could talk all the shit I want. I could name drop all these fucking people. Mad easy. Super easy. Partly this thing has made me more reflective and more mature, and has made me choose my words more carefully for the better. I think overall it's for the better. It would be pretty bad and, like, for lack of a better word, like man-child-ish for me to just explode anytime anything bad happened in a tournament on Twitter. And I learned a lot from that tournament specifically, the Alpha Ruins Guilty Gear, which he does, and just like actually watching sports and following sports people and seeing how they deal with this shit. Because whatever the fuck we deal with, us fucking 20,000 follower Andes deal with, fucking not esports, actual sports, A-sports people deal with in unbelievable orders of magnitudes higher than what we do. Imagine some fucking like mega, like, just fucking, we were memeing about the guy's handle, ultra racist, right? Imagine that guy, he's like 300 pounds, let's say, he's from God knows where in the South, and there's a basketball game, and of course, you know, we'll just move LeBron to wherever the fuck he lives. So he lives in Kentucky, right? So LeBron moves to Kentucky, right? So you want your team to win, and LeBron fucks up one game because, I don't know, he just can't run for a day, or like, I don't know, his kid had a bad day, so he had a bad day. He misses some shots. And he's like, fuck that nigga LeBron, right? And he tweets at King James, fuck you, nigga, plus R, patch, rollback patch. You ain't never hit a good fucking free throw in your fucking life, right? And then times that by like 1,000, right? 1,000 might not be enough. Like, real talk, it might not be enough. Like, imagine losing an NBA basketball game and you go on Twitter. Nah, and that's actually the thing that makes me feel better when tournaments go bad. We could tell you more. 500K is probably right. 500 times more.
ただプロゲーマーに対するイメージって、そういう代表ゲーマーの代表みたいなところだから。
Yeah, like real fucking talk. Imagine Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Racist fucking pulls up in your DMs. My DMs are open, right? Imagine that motherfucker pulls up in my DMs after last week and he's like, bro, you fucking posting YouTube videos, you're giving hashtag advice about practicing Tekken DR for 10 minutes a day, and oh, there's no mix-up in the game, and that nigga Double L fucked you 5-0. You didn't even play the game, because I couldn't play the game because my controller's fucked, because I don't play on PC. Fuck you, never listening to you ever again. And I see anyone in your family who looks like you, or any black person who looks like you, because I've seen black people.text, I'm gonna fucking shoot them, just like I want to shoot you. That's OD. Actual sports people get that. Real actual sports people get that. Esports people don't really like, they'll say something mean like you suck, that's kind of bad, it hurts my feelings, but like I just, anytime it gets like bad, I just think about sports, like real sports, like physical sports. We continue.
まあ一応ね。
なんかそういうの言っちゃうと、まあすごい叩かれる。
Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
まあだからこれだからゲーマーはっていう、
そう流れになっちゃう。
くくりで叩かれちゃうからっていう。
This is a super Japanese thing. Look at this. Okay, here you go. This is a test for you. Yeah, some of them have to be loud so that unfortunately all of these are different volumes. But do you think, and let me use a classic Dragon Ball homie, do you think the things that Leffen says reflects the things that other competitive / hashtag professional, hashtag esports, hashtag gamers think and act? I think Leffen is a pretty good example because he's really well known. He surpassed his game essentially into like mainstream general gaming, right? You guys mostly say no, you would not think that, right? But that's a Western thing. Like for them, they're like, yeah, like they might really think like if I act like this, they might think all the players like this.
はいはいアベゲンはい
できるステージ。
はいはい
This is why Japanese is a dope fucking language. Okay, listen to the way he says the kill stage.
できるステージ。
The kill, the kill, de kiru stage. That's the kill stage. Sony, they call Sonic Box Sonifo. Sonifo? That's a sick name too. Yeah, God is an extra. They just laugh at Japanese.